This spring, we stood up, we spoke out, and we delivered results. From public safety to affordability, the Conservative caucus made your voice heard, loud and clear.
We exposed the chaos of so-called safe supply and how hard drugs are being diverted to kids and communities. We saw it firsthand, and we made sure that the government couldn't ignore it.
But it's not just urban neighborhoods at risk. Our rural economy is being dragged down too.
Together, we forced the government to change regulations to stop the dumping of American renewable diesel into British Columbia and save jobs in the north.
And while the government taxes British Columbians on our fuel, guess who gets a free ride? We demanded answers on why U.S. coal gets shipped through BC tax-free while our own industries get hammered. So we demanded answers on why, because British Columbians deserve better, and we called out the double standard.
Speaking of fairness, the changes that we push for just plain make sense, and they don't cost a dime.
My private member's bill pushed for common sense reforms that help parents and families. We carried your stories to the Legislative Assembly of BC and passed the bill with unanimous consent.
That being carried through as we took on one-size-fits-all building rules that are hurting affordability. We challenged the step code because the drive for net zero shouldn't come at the cost of livable, affordable housing. People are already stretched thin. Enough is enough. We will continue to fight the carbon tax on housing.
Affordability, reliability, that goes for electricity too. When they tried to pull the plug on dependable power in our region, we pushed back. Power matters for jobs, for stability, and for rural communities that won't be left in the dark.
And we reminded them, the carbon tax is being defeated. Let's be clear, the carbon tax is dead. Politically, economically, and morally. We kept the pressure on and made history when that punishing policy was ended despite the NDP's reluctance.
But our fight just isn't economic, it's humanitarian too. We stood up for angel flights, volunteers who fly patients to care. The government tried to ground them without adequate funding, and we said no. And we're still fighting to get them in the air for the long term.
And we didn't stop there. Mental health care matters too. My bill to improve the Mental Health Act to keep people safe and get them the help that they need got serious attention from across the aisle because we're serious about solutions and not just slogans. And by amplifying the voices of whistleblowers, the NDP were forced to end their dangerous, unwitnessed safe supply experiment.
When Fortis planned power shutoffs, we heard rural BC loud and clear. They hit pause, and now your voices are at the table.
When Bill 7 threatened British Columbians with authoritarian executive overreach, we didn't let it slide. We stood up, we pushed back, and forced the government to walk back the most egregious part of the bill. That's the power of strong opposition.
We forced the Minister of Education to commit to removing age-inappropriate sexual material in our schools, and we'll be making sure that they keep that promise.
The BC NDP has wrapped everything in red tape. And with Bills 7, 14, and 15, they're writing exemptions for themselves so they can handpick winners and losers, evading the very rules they impose on everyone else. The Premier says, trust us, but this opposition does not.
This season, we saw an unprecedented 11 private member bills from our caucus, with a record number making it to second reading and one passing with unanimous support, a first in BC's history. This season, we proved it. One strong voice can make a difference. A caucus of 41 held the government to account to defend British Columbia, and we stood up for what's right. And I can tell you something, we are just getting started.